Wow, Catherine, what a transformation.
Thank you.
You have done a great job, and I can't believe you've done all this in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we've been busy.
You have.
It's quite different.
A different place completely.
It is.
You've done a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Tell me about it. What have you done and why have you done it?
Well, with the kitchen, I wanted it to be a very functional space. In a small area, there are always storage problems, such as where do I put my wine glasses, where do I put all my crockery, how am I going to put all my groceries away in a small area? And I wanted it to be easily accessible. The problem with the kitchen before was we had the cupboards above and it's quite top heavy and encloses the space.
Right.
So I wanted to have a nice commercial kitchen feel by having the open lack shelves. These are from IKEA, they're about $89 each. And I put the undermount lighting under here so you can quite easily turn it on and off to give you quite a nice feel. You've also got an additional power point here now, so that you can put toasters and appliances down here when needed. One of the other things we quite liked is all these little gadgets you can get from IKEA, such as the suspension rails for the wine racks and the paper towels and your plates and all of those areas.
And this looks like it folds up if you take...
Yeah, it does. You just lift these up and this folds up, which is great.
For a small area like this, isn't it?
Yeah, because you want everything at your fingertips. You don't want to be bending down into cupboards to get things. And then this is a chopping board that sits over the circular sink so that you can use it as a chopping board, or you can quite easily get into this area here. Which is, if you remember when we came in before, it had that terrible double hot plate oven scenario that was here. And when I walked into the apartment, I did not feel like cooking at all. So the main thing to do was to really turn the cooking experience into an enjoyable one, as opposed to thinking you needed to get takeaway every time you came home. So we've put in a ceramic cooktop. So it's nice and clean and it doesn't take up any of the space. I really wanted to incorporate an eating area within the kitchen so that you don't have to have another table, because we've got limited space and I didn't want to bring tables and chairs into here as well. So to do that, we've stretched the bench top out and put a couple of stools underneath. So you can sit down, have your breakfast or dinner, watch some TV, which is now suspended up on the bracket, and have a nice space to sit.
Right, okay, so the kitchen, absolute transformation, it's unbelievable. I love the structure above the bed. It looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's a nice piece, that. It's quite different. Instead of putting a canvas on the wall, which would take up about 5 centimetres in depth on the space, I wanted something that you could look through the wall to. And we've combined a bit of optical illusions within the space by painting the wall in a resine quartermondo, which is a nice stone colour. Yeah. And by painting it in a nice deep stone colour against the rustic copper, it actually gives us an optical illusion of about 30 centimetres.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, before you started in the apartment, the property was valued at $130,000.
Yes.
We've yet to find out what it's going to be valued at, but how much has Noni spent on the property?
She spent $5,000 in product. It was about $1,500 on the kitchen, and then carpet, tiles, paint in the bathroom. We just painted it all white, but we actually matched the floor tiles to the carpet so that it streamlined that through. Right. It's about $5,000 in product and $5,000 in labour, which is your normal equation.
All right. So that would take it, she's now got an investment of $140,000.
Yes.
Do you think Noni will be able to sell for more than that?
Well, compared to what we had before, absolutely. One of the biggest factors with the renovation of this apartment has been transforming the appeal of it. So she'll definitely get a return on her investment, plus also it will open up the market segment of people who might purchase the place.
Okay, so therefore being able to sell the apartment a bit faster?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So end result, you're happy with this? This is what
you
were...
With it. Compared to what we had before, the skeleton of what we were working with, to alleviate it from a very tired and run down old rental unit, it's now an apartment that attracts a much broader market segment.
Absolutely. It's saleable or rentable now, which...
Yes. So an owner might want to use it as their weekend holiday investor property. If they live up the coast, they might come down and spend weekends down here, or you could rent it out. Whereas before, I think it really only attracted a rental market.
Yeah. Well, Catherine, I think you've done a fantastic job. I can't believe how it looks now from what it did look like.
Absolutely.
You've done an amazing job.
It's got a nice cafe feel to it now, which was one of the important things that we wanted to do, which is to pull in the whole commercial kitchen feel of Woolloomooloo, so that you get a feel of the local surroundings while you're at home.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
So, James, Catherine has spent the last 2 weeks doing the property up. What do you think of it?
It looks amazing now. Yeah, a great transformation.
It is, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
Now, when you saw the property 2 weeks ago, you put a value on the property of about 125 to 130?
Yeah, about 130, say 125 for a quick sale though.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 weeks of work, what value would you put on it today?
Well, it just looks amazing with this new kitchenette. I'd have to say we'd be looking at sale of 160,000.
Wow.
Might be able to, I mean, a quick sale, probably looking around the 155 to 150,000 mark though.
Right, okay. Okay, so that's great. I mean, 2 weeks work to go from 125 up to 155, 160.
Yeah, huge difference.
Well worth the renovations.
Definitely. Yeah.
Is there anything in particular about the property that you think has added value?
I think definitely the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's a huge change.
Yeah.
It's added a lot more space to the apartment as well.
Yeah, it does feel that way, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
I think the feature wall is great, and adding the mirror in as well is a nice touch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Now, 2 weeks ago, the property you think was going to rent for about 220?
I'd say around 200 to 220 per week.
220 a week.
Now I think you definitely get 250 per week.
Oh, fantastic.
Especially with the furniture, you might even be able to get higher.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. That's great. Thanks very much, James.